I want you to note now the sovereignty of Christ. Number 5, the sovereignty of Christ. As we come to verse 16, Jesus now speaks of the efficacy of his death, meaning cause and effect, efficacy. That there will be a necessary effect from the cause of his death. That he will lay down his life for his sheep, and there will be a certain guaranteed effect that will transpire as a result of his specific death for his sheep. Verse 16, he says, I have other sheep, and this refers to elect Gentiles who are outside the fold of Israel. I have other sheep which are not of this fold. You can read the previous chapter, all of John 9, and understand that this fold refers to the dead religion of Israel. And he says, I must bring them also. And the them refers to the elect Gentile sheep. And please note it says, and they will hear my voice. I must, they will. I must, they will. I must bring them, and they will come. And they will hear my voice. And they will become one flock with one shepherd. This is the sovereignty of Christ. It was a sovereign death that he died upon Calvary's cross. And he will bring to himself every single one for whom he died. And if Christ died for you, you will have eternal life, and you will be with him forever, because he is a good shepherd, and he loses not a one of his sheep. Charles Haddon Spurgeon said, oh, I love God's shalls and wills. There is nothing comparable to them. Let a man say shall, what is it good for? I will, says man, and he never performs. I shall, he says, and he breaks his promise. But it is never so with God's shalls. If God says shall, it shall be. If God says will, it will be. Spurgeon says, now here he has said, many shall come. The devil says they shall not come. Some of you yourselves say we won't come, but God says you shall come. Yes, there are some here who are laughing at salvation and who mock Christ and the gospel. You yourselves say, we won't come. God says, many of you shall come. What? You say, can God make me become a Christian? I tell you, yes. For herein rests the power of the gospel. It does not ask for your consent, it gets it. It does not say, will you have it? But he makes you willing in the day of his power. And then Spurgeon concludes, Christ shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days. And the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hands. They shall come, and not in heaven, nor on earth, nor in hell can stop them from coming. This is exactly what Jesus is saying. Look in your own Bible in verse 16 again. I have other sheep which are not of this fold. I must bring them also, and they will hear my voice, and they will become one flock with one shepherd. I love a shepherd like this. He is not a defeated shepherd.